welcome to AV's Cyberactive Security channel. My name is Avinash. I've been a security professional for more than 10 years now. We are currently in session 3 of CISSP Q&A to help you pass your CISSP exam. So let's get started. Alright, so the first question, Tony responds to the desk of a user who's reporting a slow system activity. Upon checking outbound connection from that system, Tony notices a large amount of social media traffic originating from that system. Okay. The user does not use any social media. That's interesting. And when Tony checks the account in question, they contain large, strange messages that appear encrypted. What is the most likely cause of this traffic? Okay, so this is an interesting one. So a user who's reporting a slow activity, and when the service desk engineer looks at the system, notices a large number of social media traffic, but the user doesn't even use any. Okay, now and what the desk engineer sees is there's a lot of encrypted traffic. So what might be the probable cause? Uh, this should straight away tell you that something is going on. Maybe the user has been social engineered and the system is corrupted, or the system is a part of a larger group. Okay, that's a quick hint. Now let's look at answers. It says the users are other users are relaying messages and requests through Tony's computer. Uh, that might be the case, but let's look at the other options. Tony's computer is a part of botnet. This one actually fits in, and also this is a better one than the previous one. But then let's look at the other answers as well. Tony is lying about her use of social media. Yeah, users lie, so we can't deny that fact. And someone else is using Tony's computer when she is not present. Kind of an you know assumption, kind of an answer. But then let's see. Let's go through all of these options once again. Reread the question in your mind, rehearse it, and so it says. Tony responds to a desk. Upon checking, there are a lot of connections. Tony notices a large amount of social media originating, and the user does not use social media. The user saying does not use social media. You're not going to go ahead and blame the user that the user's lying about it. So I wouldn't go with option C. Someone else is using Tony's computer when she's not in. Uh, to answer this question, I don't think this one would fit as well. The option now drills down to between A and B. It says other users are relaying social media requests to Tony's computer, but there's not enough information in the question that tells that something is going on the or the user's computer is being proxied. So this also wouldn't fit in this case. So, but if you look at option B, this is probably it. Tony's computer is part of a computer botnet, because if your user doesn't even use the social media, and there's a lot of encrypted traffic that is being originating, and the system is slow as well. So obviously the computer has been taken over of a larger group. That larger group looks like is a botnet. So you have to understand what's a botnet. Botnet is basically, it comes from two words, a bot and a net. So bot, obviously a robot, an automated system or a machine, and a net is a network of users. So if a computer becomes a part of botnet, so it means it's in somebody else's, the remote hackers or the remote uh, uh, person's control. So the remote user has complete or maybe partial control over it, and can do stuff in an IT environment that wouldn't be desirable. So the answer here which we are going to see with explanation next slide, should be answer number B. Okay. Okay, so the answer looks, it is B. The answer explanation is doubted below, which says social media is commonly used as command and control system for botnet activity. The most likely scenario here is that Tony's computer was infected with the malware and joined to a botnet. This accounts for both unusual social media traffic and a slow system activity. Hope that clarifies. And next move to our next question. Okay, question number two, second question. Sue was required to sign an NDA when she took a job in her new company. Why did the company require her to sign it? For those of you who aren't familiar with what's an NDA, NDA means non-disclosure agreement. So if you're doing a pen testing for a different company, if you're employed, if you're entering any kind of a contract that requires some kind of privacy, usually organizations will make you sign an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, you can get more information about it with a simple internet search. Okay, now she was required to sign an NDA at a job of her new company. Why did the company require her to do so? Let's look at our options. Option A, to protect the confidentiality of their data. Uh, this is a very good option. So when you sign an NDA, basically this is what you're doing so that uh, organizations would want to secure or protect the confidentiality of their data. But let's not undermine our options and look at our other options as well to ensure that Sue did not delete the data. Well, would be working in organizations and then would be doing a lot of creation of data and deleting of data. But then this doesn't quite really fit in the context of this question. Third one, C, to prevent Sue from directly competing them in the future. That's something else. That's for this, you sign something else. It's a non-compete agreement. This also doesn't quite fit into the NDA in the scope of the question. So I wouldn't consider C, probably A and B, but not C at all. Number D, to require suit to ensure the availability of their data as a part of a job. But if you think about it, non-disclosure agreement, that's more about if you think about the CIA, um, your triad. Um, a non-disclosure agreement would fit right in somewhere in the confidentiality realm and not in availability. So I'd also take away D as well. So probably you know the answer by now. So it's obviously going to be A, and it's quite a simple one. Organizations make you sign an NDA so that when you leave the job or even if you're in the job, you don't end up disclosing what's going on inside the environment of your security, uh, you know, infrastructure about your client. Yeah, you shouldn't be disclosing or talking about it with anyone, of course, other than your colleagues. So the answer for this one is probably, and it is going to be option A, to protect the confidentiality of the data. And of course, it had to be option A. Let's read the explanation. Non-disclosure agreements (NDA) are designed to protect the confidentiality of an organization's data, including trade secrets, during and after the person's employment, right? NDA do not protect against deletion or availability issues, and non-compete agreements would be required to stop competition. Hope that clarifies. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, question number 3 and the last one for this video. Uh, the low orbit ion cannon. Wow, okay, that's a mouthful. The LOIC attack tool used by Anonymous leverages a multitude of home PCs to attack its chosen targets. This is an example of what type of network attack? Now, when I first read the question, I have no idea, absolutely no idea about what is low or orbit ion cannon. And of course, you can expect these kind of questions in the exam as well. But let's see. The question talks about, it's trying to confuse you in the beginning itself. LOIC. All right, there you go. But you would have to extract, some information out of the question as well, and then you would have to try to answer. Uh, Choose the best answer. Not the right answer, but the best answer. Let's go through the options once, and then we'll come back to the question once again. Our options are DDoS. We know what's a DDoS. The distributed denial of service. That's DOS is basically one-to-one. DDoS, many-to-one. Ionization. Uh, Frankly, even I do not have complete idea about what's ionizations. If there are any, physics or science students out there, you can go and comment down below. But right off the bat, I can already say that the ionization just doesn't fit here. Zombie horde. Hmm. I haven't heard that term in CISSP. Not in a while, and not uh, lately. Teardrop. Teardrop. I've heard of that term. And but would this fit in this context of the question? Let's see. Teardrop. I have some idea about. It's something to do with network fragmentation or dropping of packets. That's my best guess of knowledge. Okay, since I don't know the answer to this question, the answer, none of the answers just fit right into the context of the question. But let's see. LOIC attack tool uses anonymous leverage a magnitude of home PCs. There's our first clue. Magnitude of PCs to attack its chosen targets. There you go. I think we already know the answer. So it's already telling you magnitude of PCs, that's many of its chosen target to just a few number of devices, maybe just one device. Which option would fit right in here? Teardrop? No. DDoS? Absolutely yes. It already is saying many to one. And the last part of the question, this is an example of what type of attack. So this is going to be, after reading all the answers, number one, option number A goes ahead and fits right in. So it should be, and it is the answer. A is the answer. DDoS, distributed denial of service. Let's look at the answer. All right, and the answer is indeed DDoS. Let's see the explanation. LOIC is an example of a distributed denial of service. Okay, it uses many systems to attack targets combined with their bandwidth and making it difficult to shut down the attack because the number and the variety of attackers. Ionization and zombie horde attacks are made up answers. All right, I kind of knew that. And teardrop attacks are older type of attacks that sense fragmented packets as a denial of service. So that's something to think about. Now that would be it for this video. Let me know how you felt about it. Your feedback is really important to me, and all the best for your exams.